what happens when it comes to the point where you're not given an equation? You're actually given nothing but words, and you have to come up with the equation on your own. It's actually not going to be too difficult with the way we're doing it, right? If you remember back, way back, very beginning of the year, we talked about when we're making scatter plots, or line graphs, which is basically what we're working with the XY axis. We said time always goes along the x-axis, always goes along that side, so we can kind of see time running side to side. This case is going to be the same thing. Time is always going to go along the x-axis. So my x in any equation is going to represent time. Whether it's weeks or hours or days, x represents time. So I'm going to look at this problem. Bob's Contractors charges $190 up front to begin construction on your house. They also charge $40 every day they work. And if I want to write an equation that describes Bob's Contractors, so then I could figure out, on day 23, how much money do I owe them? Here's how we're going to do it. We're still going to use slope y-intercept. It's going to be just the same. Alright? Y is always going to represent my total cost, which is what I'm trying to figure out, correct? So y is my total cost. We said we know x always represents our days, or our time, which is days in this case, right? I'm being charged $40 every day. $40 every day, which is 40 times x, right? 40 times the number of days that you work, or that they work. Now the problem is we now have this $190. Not quite sure what to do with it. They charge it up front. It's kind of a one-time thing. They don't charge it again. So all I'm going to do is take my 40x, and I'm going to add that 190 to it, right? Because if they work for one day, they're going to charge me that $40 plus the 190. If they work for 2 days, they're going to charge me $80 plus the 190. Now, that looks rather similar, doesn't it? That's slope-intercept form. We can work with that. Alright? Alright, let's try another one. I'm just going to kind of change the numbers in here, make it a little bit easier for me here. Alright. Bob's Constructors. Now they're going to charge $300 up front. It's winter time. They charge more in the winter, I guess. And they're going to charge you $100 every day. Now, write an equation. Okay, my y and my x are still going to represent the exact same thing. The only thing that kind of changes is the relationship between them, those other numbers in the equation. Alright? So, my x is my days. How much money for every day? $100. So 100x. Up front, a one-time charge is $300. That's it. That's all there is to write an equation. It's pretty straightforward. You figure out what's being multiplied by your x, by your time, how much every whatever, days, weeks, hours, and then the one-time kind of charge just gets kind of tacked on at the end. Okay? Alright, you try one. Let me switch some numbers around in here. Erasing all of this. Alright. Now, the good news is, Bob is actually your buddy. And, because he's your buddy, he's only going to charge you $40 up front and $10 a day. Not too bad. Go ahead and write that equation. Pause the tape, write the equation. What'd you get? When I do this, I get y equals 10x plus 40. That's it. We'll try one more. See how you do with that. Alright, so erasing all this, erasing this. See, this isn't too bad. Alright. Alright, Bob, this time, he's going to charge you $140 up front before he even lifts a finger. Then every day he works, he's getting a little expensive. He's charging you $300 a day. Every day he and his guys work. Write the equation. Pause the tape. Write the equation. When I write my equation, I get y equals 300x, because it's $300 every day, plus 140. That's it. Piece of cake.